There are moments in business that changes everything. Not because of a big investor, not because of a great marketing gimmick, but because of a single person, just one customer. And this is one such story of how a single person was able to change the entire trajectory of Naturish and helped us gain more than 10,000 customers online. This happened in early 2024. Naturish was just starting out, it was a tough phase for us. Like the sales weren't growing as we expected, we were struggling to make the ends meet. It was a hard phase for us, like we were really struggling. And during those times, I would spend most of my evenings and all of my weekends in our factory outlet, which is a small shop in front of our factory where customers can directly come and buy from us rather than going to a supermarket. In that way, we can get few extra percent of profits, like we were desperate for even that few pennies. Also, one of the main highways to Shabarimala, which is a famous pilgrimage in Kerala, goes right in front of us. So we often get customers coming from Shabarimala stopping by and buying our products. So one day, a group of 10 or 15 people from Hyderabad were returning from Shabarimala and they stopped by in front of our shop. From that bus, a 40-year-old man and a 10-year-old child started walking towards the outlet, and I was standing there and I greeted them with, "Hey, how are you, sir?" And I was expecting the usual questions we would ask in a shop, like, "Hey, what is that coconut oil? Hey, what is this coconut oil? How much for that?" The usual questions customers would ask in a shop. But to my surprise, he just stood there and took a deep breath. And I was a bit puzzled. And he asked me, "What is the smell?" And I asked him, "Hey sir, is there anything wrong?" And he was like, "No, no, no, nothing wrong. There is a good coconut oil aroma here. Like, what is it?" And I was a bit relieved actually. And I said, "Yes, sir, we are a coconut oil manufacturer and we are currently crushing coconut oil in our factory right now. Do you want to see it? Like, there's a huge glass door in front of our factory where customers can come and actually see what's going on inside." And he was like, "Yes, definitely, yes. I want to see it. I want to see how you're preparing your coconut oil." And then we all three walked towards the glass door, and he was standing right next to me. So I tried to make small talks with him, but this person was so much obsessed, so much curious about what's going on inside, he didn't even respond to many of my questions. He just mumbled his way through my questions, like he was like, "Uh huh, oh ho," like he was just mumbling to my questions. So, seeing his curiosity and obsession, I asked him, "Hey sir, do you want to visit inside our factory? Like, there are so many things that you can't see from the glass door, but it's really interesting. You want to see it? You want to visit the factory?" And he was like, "Yes, definitely, I want to visit the factory." And I said, "Yes sir, you can visit the factory. You just have to wear the hair mask, the gloves, and all the hygienic stuff." And we wore everything and we entered the factory, and he stood there in front of the copra cutter, the coconut oil extracting machine for a solid 10 minutes, and he was observing every single part of it. And I could literally see the physical manifestation of curiosity in his face. And out of curiosity, I asked him, "Hey sir, why so much craze for coconut oil?" And he went on to say his story, which is one of the most beautiful stories I've ever heard. So he was basically from a village near Vijayawada, where his family used to own a lot of agricultural land, lot of coconut farms. Like, they primarily lived off agriculture. And they even used to own a coconut oil extracting machine called Gani or Chakka. And he spent most of his childhood among the coconut farms, among this coconut oil extracting machine and everything. But when he was around 15 years of age, his family had to move to Hyderabad because of some financial issues. And about the obsession I talked earlier, it wasn't actually obsession. It was his childhood nostalgia finding him again when he was 40. And after saying this story, I didn't see a 40-year-old anymore. What I saw was a 10-year-old child living his life again. It was so beautiful to watch. And one special incident happened. The 40-year-old man took a small piece of copra, which is dried coconut, and gave it to his 10-year-old son. The 10-year-old son took a bite of it and had this nice facial expression, "Oh, it's really tasty one." But more than that, I would like to portray it as a 40-year-old father sharing a piece of his childhood with his son. It was so beautiful to watch. It was one of the best visuals I've ever had. And at that moment, I wanted to ask him many questions. But I didn't. I just left him alone to his childhood. I didn't want to spoil that moment for him. And after a few minutes, we came out of the factory, and right now we are standing in our factory outlet. So before I could say anything, he asked me how much for coconut oil. So I said X amount of price, and he thought for a moment, and he said, "I need 10 kgs of coconut oil." And for the context of audience, 10 kgs of coconut oil is too much for an Indian household. We usually use 2 to 3 kgs of coconut oil on a monthly basis. And then here is this guy who is asking for 10 kgs. I was a bit shocked and I said, definitely, sir, we can get you that. But before I was able to complete it, he had one more weird request. He asked me, can I get the most freshly prepared batch of coconut oil? And that means the one we are preparing right now. I was a bit shocked, but I said, yes, sir, we can definitely get you that, but you have to wait 1 hour. Hearing this, he turned back to other 13 members in his group and he turned back to me and said, yes, definitely, we will wait 1 hour. So I went inside and asked my co-workers to prepare the order. And in the meantime, we were talking with each other. We were talking about agriculture, we were talking about coconut farming, we were talking about coconut oil, everything and nothing related to agriculture. And the conversation was so deep and it was so engaged, we didn't even have a single moment of pause or awkward interaction. It was one of the best conversations I have ever had. And in the meantime, the order came and I handed over to him. But before leaving, he asked me, can I buy this coconut oil from Hyderabad? Which basically means that can I buy it from online? But at that moment, we were just serving locally, we didn't have an online presence. Hearing this, he said, no, 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 you have to be online. You have to be on online. Just list this product on some platform and send me the link. Do it. And after saying this great dialogue, he went. And at that night, I was thinking about, okay, how can I list this product on Amazon? Okay, how can I list this product on Flipkart? I was all over it. And within 1 month, me and my entire team was able to list our product on Amazon. And after listing this product on Amazon, I shared the link with many people, including this person from Hyderabad. And to my surprise, he was actually the first customer that we ever had from Amazon. He bought like 5 kgs of coconut oil. And till date, he keeps on buying 5 kgs of coconut oil every single month. He is the most loyal customer we have, I can say without any doubt. And it was a great moment to receive your first Amazon order. It was so beautiful. And more than that, he shared the product link with few of his friends and they in turn bought it. And since the quality of our product is so good, they in turn recommended to their friends. And before we could know anything, we had more than 100 customers from the Hyderabad city alone. And I wholeheartedly believe it's because of him. But today, Naturish serves more than thousands of customers across India. And it all started with one random conversation, one moment of nostalgia, and one simple question. And that's when I realized that there are thousands of customers like him across India who values authenticity, people who want real, authentic food. It's just that we haven't reached them. And I remind myself that there are people out there who are looking for what we do. It's just that we have not met yet.